And hello, movie lovers, and welcome to the show. With me is my co-host Alex. Hello there, everybody.
Hello, everyone. How you doing?
And tonight we're actually going to be reviewing a short film, part of the Hollyshorts festival that's taking place in Hollywood, California, right now. And it's just a pleasure to be able to review this short film. This movie is called There You Are. It's a short 6 minute animated style film. It follows the story of a teenager named Sue. After her mother dies, she feels estranged for her father, who seems to have already moved on and everything. So when this movie actually opens up, the thing that I really liked was the fact that it pulls on your heartstrings within the first minute of this thing. Even though it's only like 6 minutes long, there's a lot of stuff that's actually there. You know what I mean? There, it pulls on your heartstrings within the 1 minute marker. And also, too, I liked how Sue and her father are actually fighting because of the fact that Sue's father actually moved on. We don't know how long the mother actually passed away or moved on, but it's the fact that he moved on. He's falling in love with somebody else, and it feels like that like she's being the mother's being replaced. And then also too, I like the tug of war that the father had with the pitcher and the daughter with Sue, and then all of a sudden the pitcher just cracks as it hits the floor. It reminds me of the foreshadowing of how broken Sue feels or how broken this family is because of the fact that the mother is no longer there to hold this family together. But when you saw this film, Alex, what did you think about it?
Oh, just right away, what blew me away was the animation. Because at
Hmm.
first I thought it was stop motion because the
Right.
characters they looked like puppets. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. They did stop motion, but the animation, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it looks like they were puppets actually. And I thought that was really cool. I was like, this is beautiful to look at. I thought
It's
that was
unique.
incredible. It was very unique. Yeah. And I liked yeah, you're right, it did pull on the heartstrings. I was like, okay, it's my eyes were already starting to quiver. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be one of those movies.
Right, because I remember when you messaged me on Facebook and goes, "Why am I crying within only a minute into this film?"
It's like it just started. I'm like, okay, I'm sad. And yeah, I like how, especially in the beginning, it kind of hints at like the dad is still hurting too. Like he's moving on, but he still misses her. He still misses his wife, and I like that this movie touches on that too.
Right. It definitely touches on the fact that the father is still missing his wife, still trying to move on from the brokenness of losing his wife. And then also too, I like how they use a dynamic where it breaks away after that picture breaks, it cuts into this other scene where you actually have a little bit of how the mother died in the hospital. And you don't know exactly what she died from. You don't maybe cancer, it could be a number of other things, but I like the fact it gives us room to speculate on what she might have died from.
Yeah.
And then it shows the storm and everything, and basically the storm represents to me the broke, like I said, with the brokenness, the storm that's going to come between between Sue and her father, the conflictations. Also too, the animation style kind of reminds me of the Blue October song. I forgot the name of that song now, but there is a Blue October song that actually has that kind of animation in it. And that's one of the things that I got from it. Also, too, it feels like my girlfriend would say, it feels like Coraline has that kind of
Yeah.
animation style.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, this looks like Coraline, and that's a compliment because it looks beautiful, especially how they made the colors pop off the screen. I'm very much into colors. If
Me
the
too.
movie's colorful, I'm all for it. And this movie was just like, oh, I love it. Look, it's so pretty.
It definitely has a lot of colors in it, and the colors actually represent the darkness of Sue and what she's going through. And then also too a little bit of lightheartedness with her dad, but also too at the same time feeling the brokenness of her father. But the name of that Blue October song, it's called Into the Ocean. And the animation style reminds me of that because it had that little pop-up kind of book kind of flavor that we actually got whenever we saw the storm happening. So I like the animation style. It actually feels like a Pixar movie that would be opened up for a Pixar film, and you're seeing this little animation before you actually get to the actual meat of the film.
Yeah, definitely.
What else did you like about this?
I really liked the the scene where she goes into her cupboard and it's what was it? Just like a not a mural, but just all the pictures that their family together. And when she finds the note from her mom that says "Take care of your dad," that's when the waterworks started hitting. I was like,
Me
nope,
too.
can't. Oh, you have to take care of your father too. That's just as important as the child. Like, I know you shouldn't put that responsibility on a child. Like, look after the adult, but yeah, the father's hurting too. I was, uh,
Because it makes you. Here's the thing. It's like saying, look, it's not just affecting you. It's also affecting your dad. Your dad needs to. You need to comfort your dad, just like how he's trying to comfort you, and he understands that you're broken right now and everything, but he also needs you too to help him and be his strong backbone because I'm not there right now. I can't do anything for you.
yeah. I just thought that was so sweet. I might tear up again thinking about it. It was just like, no, take care of your dad.
And also too, it made me tear up. I'm not gonna lie, I cried at this, and also too, it had that warm goosebump kind of feeling, like before you're gonna have the waterworks before you cry,
Mm,
and that's actually what I felt before I actually let the waterworks go. But this movie has a lot of heart
it
and
does.
soul into this movie. To be honest with you, for it to be a 6 minute film, it lands. It knows what it is. There's no, what's this movie? What's this identification of this movie? Or anything like that. It strikes you at everything that you need to know about what's going on with these characters.
Yeah. That's what I like about short films in general. They just
Hmm.
come in, throw a quick couple jabs at you and then bounce. And it's just like, oh,
Right.
what just happened? That's
Right.
what that's what this movie did to me. It was just like, hey, cry, start crying and leave. I'm like, oh,
Right.
you got me.
And then also too, we also see another scene though too with the father. I'm talking to Gina, and he's like, Gina, I can't be with you because my daughter doesn't want us to be together. I'm like, oh my god, the damage that this girl's having on her father. And I'm like, I need a tissue.
No.
And so, once that actually happens, then you see the effect that it has on Sue. Is like, okay, my damage, my heart being black as it is, and everything is causing damage to my father because he wants to be happy, and I'm ruining his happiness.
Yeah.
So now I need to be the stronger person and lift this other person into his life before it affects him even more.
Mm.
What about you, though?
Yeah. I think that's where it finally clicked for her. It's just like, I'm holding my not just myself back, but also my father back from moving on. Like, her mother passed away. Like, we grieved, and now we still got to live our life. Like, his dad was trying to live his life. He has obviously taking care of his daughter. That was his first priority. But he wanted to live his life too. And Sue, she wasn't hanging out with friends or anything. She was just staying in her room or staying with her dad. She wasn't really living her life. And I think seeing him sitting on that couch with just I think he was holding the pictures, right? Just seeing him like that, that's when she realized, like, oh, I have to move on because I'm forsaking the memory of my mother by just grieving this whole time.
Right. Because when someone dies, they don't want you to keep grieving. They want you to be able to try and move on from them. As hard as it is,
Yeah.
you're gonna cry for a while, you're gonna be depressed for a while, but life moves on and it's gonna be okay. And that's basically what I feel like this movie is actually trying to tell us. And then also too, I like how Sue comes in and says, here, call Gina. He goes, are you sure? Yes, Dad, I'm sure. Next thing you know, he calls Gina. They have plans to go camping. He asks Sue if she wants to go with him. He goes, no, I have other plans. And okay, let me ask you this. Did you feel like that was kind of snotty, or did you feel like, because the tone that she used in a sense kind of feels snotty, but doesn't really feel like that she's trying to help her dad? that's just me on how I perceived it.
I didn't think it was snotty. To me, it felt more like a moment of clarity for her.
Okay.
It was like, no, you go ahead and have
Okay.
fun with your girlfriend, and I'm gonna take that step and live my life and spend time with these friends that keep hitting me up and I keep blowing off. I'm gonna go spend time with them. I'm gonna live
Okay.
my life too. Like, you find your happiness, I find my happiness. And I really liked that, because we shouldn't have to be responsible for other people's happiness too. We
Right.
have to look out for ourselves. And I felt like that was
Okay.
her like, I'm gonna take care of myself now for a
You
moment.
know what, man? Scratch my thought process on what I thought because you
No,
actually
totally justified. Yeah,
right,
that's what you got from
right.
it.
Because now I actually see it through the eyes of your between your eyes and everything, and I understand now that that's actually what it is. And it's not being responsible for other people's happiness, doing your own thing, and getting through it. And that's what this film is. And then also too, do you did you watch the credits where basically you hear a telephone ring and you hear like a telephone being dialed up and stuff like that? What did you think about that?
And she's talking to her friends,
Yeah,
right? It
yeah,
was like, yeah,
I like
I
that.
will come out. I liked that. That was a good. Because the movie starts off that way, right? Where
Right.
they, if I remember correctly, yeah, they call her and she's like, no, I can't, sadness. And then the movie to end with it, and now it's just on a positive note. I was like, great, thank you, tying
Yes.
that back up. I was like, go spend time with your friends. They want to hang out with you.
Exactly. And I know this was supposed to be an kind of like a non-spoiler review, but it's hard not to spoil this because of the fact that it's a 6-minute film. And I think that we needed to talk about this because of the fact with mental health, helping people get through something. Because you know me, I'm a big advocate when it comes down to mental health,
Mm-hmm.
and especially with me having the sponsorship with BetterHelp.
Definitely.
But I'm a big advocate for that, especially with me losing friends over periods of time with suicide, different other things. And to see some the darkness and the lightness afterwards was just fantastic. It worked for me. So,
Yeah, just that idea of, like, no matter how dark things may seem, you know, if you gotta push, you can just push through it. Not you can't just push through it, but
we have
you
to push
gotta
through it.
push through it. You gotta fight through it. Find that light in your life. Whether it be other family members or just a hobby that you really enjoy, like something.
Exactly. But that's pretty much our thoughts on There You Are. This movie is fantastic. It's actually might get a chance to be nominated for an Oscar later on in the Oscar seasons and stuff like that. It's doing really good, I think, in the film festival right now. I need to actually, whenever I interview the director coming up on Sunday, I'm going to ask him how it's being received and things like that on how it's doing, because this movie to me deserves the animation of an Oscar for the animation style for an indie film.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful. That was just,
Definitely.
as soon as it came on, I was like, that's nice.
Yes. It was kind of surprising that it was only 6 minutes long. I was expecting 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, wonder what we have for 6 minutes. And then all of a sudden, you know, sadness and then lightness. But anyways, dude, I know that you have another channel away from whenever you're not here with us. What other channel do you have? Can people find you on?
People, if you're interested in my channel, you can find me at A Town Reviews. I also do movie reviews on the side. Yeah, so you can find me there. Say hello.
All right. And of course, guys, guys can go on ahead and follow me at Movie Lovers TV Lovers Unite on Facebook underneath the same brand name on Instagram and on Pinterest as well. Of course, if you want an audio only podcast episode of our shows and many shows that we do here, you can get that wherever you guys get your podcast from. And then, of course, guys, you guys can go on ahead, follow me on Twitter at Movie Lovers Unit. If you're a sponsor or would like to be on the show, all you have to do is go on ahead, email me at movieloversunite@gmail.com. And of course, we're actually teamed up with Two Blurred Girls podcast again to do another charity event for Cincy's, for the people that lost their homes in Louisiana. All the proceeds go over to them with the Hurricane Ida situation. And get yourself a Cincy, donate, and that money goes towards the cause. So go ahead, get yourself a Sensi. That you can find that in the links below. Of course, if you want to donate to our page and donate $5 to $10, but if you guys can't, I totally understand. But if you want to, go ahead, go to GoFundMe.com/Movie Lovers Unite podcast, and that's how you can actually donate $5 to $10 over here. But a simple share, and also smashing that subscribe button and that little bell on the bottom, and smash that bell. It gives you notifications on when we have something new. That would be great and very helpful to us, and we do appreciate it. And I just want to thank the director for allowing us to be able to review this film. And we
Thank you.
wish you best and awesome success in the Indie Film Festival. Also, of course, would like to thank Kelly, who actually invited me into doing this whole entire thing with the Indie Film Festival. I want to thank Kelly for that. So, always until next time, guys. It's been real. It's been fun. I can't wait to do this again. And bye bye.